to move right along and move into further debate. And I recognize a member from Guelph.
Thank you, Speaker. It's an honour to rise to speak to the government's budget motion. And Speaker, there's an old saying, penny wise and pound foolish. And that sums up the government's response to the pandemic over the summer and this budget. The Auditor General has confirmed that the government's response to COVID has been dysfunctional, resulting in delays, conflict, and confusion. And part of the problem, Speaker, is the government's failure to make investments over the summer to proactively get ahead of the virus and contain the second wave. This government simply did not do enough to prepare us for the second wave. They did not make the investments in expanded testing, lab capacity, and contact tracing. They did not make the investments necessary to hire the staff we need in long-term care to provide our loved ones with a minimum standard of care and to protect them from the second wave. And they did not make the investments in our classrooms to reduce class sizes to 15 as public health officials recommended and to make our schools safer. And we are paying the consequences now. Speaker, being penny wise and pound foolish over the summer is costing us as we play catch-up. It's putting stress on the healthcare system. It's requiring us to bring in more economic restrictions, placing stress on small businesses, our economy, and ultimately the province's finances. Speaker, this budget, it fails to allocate the funds needed to address the public health emergency we're facing, and it will only then make the economic crisis worse. That is the very definition of being penny wise and pound foolish. First of all, I'd like to highlight the unfunded promise to bring in 4 hours of minimum standards of care for our elders. I was pleased when I heard the Premier say, after many of us have been advocating this for decades, that it would be something the government would deliver on. But then to open the budget and see it not funded in the budget was a huge disappointment. Not only to all members of this House, but more importantly to our elders. They cannot wait 4 years to deliver on this promise. They need it now. Secondly is mental health, Speaker. So many Ontarians are telling me of the stress of this pandemic and the fact that we had a mental health crisis pre-pandemic and it's only getting worse during the pandemic. And mental health advocates are saying if the government could just even deliver on their promise of $3.8 billion over 10 years, which would be $380 million a year, if they could at least deliver on that, but they're $200 million short of even delivering on that promise. Speaker, nonprofits in this province fill in so many of the gaps that government doesn't deliver on or that our communities need. And 1 in 5 nonprofits say they are likely not to survive this pandemic. And that is exactly why the Ontario Nonprofit Network, I think, came forward with a very modest request of a $680 million stabilization fund for the nonprofit sector. Speaker, education funding is flatlined in this budget, and we already know that our education system is under stress, and not enabling it to keep up with inflation will actually put more stress on our schools and our children as they deal with this pandemic. So, Speaker, I'm going to do something that a lot of opposition members won't do or don't often do, and I'm going to compliment the government on one thing in this budget. For a decade now, I've been calling for an increase in the exemption for the employer health tax to $1 million to provide cash flow relief for small businesses. But the bottom line is, Speaker, if businesses don't get direct support to survive this pandemic, that promise is not going to do them any good because they're not going to be in business any longer. They're actually not going to have a payroll. And so while we appreciate the fact the government is now doubled to $600 million, the direct support for small businesses, that is not enough. And small businesses need to know how they can access that money, and they need to know how they can access it now. Matter of fact, they needed to know how to access it 2 months ago when the Premier first promised it. And so if businesses are going to survive this pandemic, they need direct support. Finally, Speaker, I want to talk a bit about the fact that we need to lay the foundations for an economic recovery. Of course, we have to focus on the public health emergency, but we need to recover from this pandemic by addressing the climate crisis that is barreling down on us like a runaway freight train. And the best way to do it, and we heard it over and over again at committee over the summer, is through a building retrofit program to help homeowners save money by saving energy, to help businesses save money by saving energy, and to create thousands of jobs in the construction and trade sector.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Questions? I recognize a member from Brantford Brant.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and it's so great to rise and have a discussion with my friend from Guelph. And I didn't want to go into his comments today, but rather some comments that he had the other day regarding the budget. And the other day I was talking to my friend James. James has greenhouses. He wants to build more greenhouses so that he can expand and provide the food needs for the province of Ontario. There's a low spot in his field. The Grand River Conservation Authority, it has water in it maybe 1 week of the year. He had to do a fish study in order to do that. There's no opportunity under current guidelines for him to appeal to anything other than the board of the Grand River Conservation Authority. We're changing that to the LPAT. I was wondering if the member could please say before this House whether he thinks it's a good idea that we redo our conservation authority so that they can serve the people of Ontario better. Thank you.
Thank you. Back to the member from Guelph for your response.
Yeah, I appreciate the member opposite giving me an opportunity to just talk about the financially irresponsible and disastrous decision this government is making to gut conservation authorities, which has been saving us billions of dollars over the years in flood protection and control. And I want to educate the member opposite really briefly the fact that I know, I'm going to try to find some time. Actually, there is an appeals process to the Ministry of Natural Resources through the Mining and Lands Tribunal. But as a matter of fact, less than 0.5% of Conservation Authority decisions are actually appealed to the Mining and Land Tribunal, which to me says conservation authorities are probably doing a pretty darn good job.
Thank you. Further questions? The member from Niagara Falls.
Thank you very much. 2,150 seniors have died in COVID-19 in long-term care facilities and retirement homes. 8 workers have died. Short-staffed PSWs in long-term care facilities. 85% of all deaths in long-term care died in for-profit homes. So my question to you, sir, is do you think the amount of money in this budget will put an iron ring around long-term care?
To the member from Guelph for your response.
I appreciate the member's question, and the answer is no, unfortunately. And our elders deserve better. Our loved ones deserve better. The frontline staff who work in our long-term care homes deserve better. They deserve a funded promise. They deserve the money needed to hire the staff to be able to deliver on a promise of 4 hours of care minimum for long-term care residents. And unfortunately, Speaker, that is not in the budget.
Further questions? The member from Scarborough Agincourt.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you for my colleagues for his passionate presentation. As outlined in Ontario's 2020 budget, our government is taking steps to protect people from this deadly virus by increasing our health investment to $15.2 billion. Will the member opposite be supporting this unprecedented investment in public health?
Thank you. Back to the member from Guelph for your response to that question.
I appreciate the member opposite's question. And if the budget had funded some of the things that I've outlined, such as the supports we need in long-term care, absolutely. But unfortunately, this budget is penny wise and pound foolish. It doesn't provide the adequate investments we need to address the public health crisis that we're facing. And as a matter of fact, Speaker, after reading the Auditor General's report this morning, it is clear that the decision-making structure that the government has is dysfunctional. It's leading to delays, it's leading to confusion, and it's hurting the ability of this province to address the public health crisis that we face. And to be quite frank with all the members is to know that the Chief Medical Officer of Health is about 3 rings down on the ladder of decision-making authority in this province when it comes to addressing this virus is not acceptable, Speaker.
Thank you very much. Further debate?